Hello everyone. Today we got the Metal Stash event. This event is a very popular event in the Zero City community. And the reason I say that is because you're able to get plasma cutters from doing the activities and grinding the game out compared to the dice event where you have to tap and wait and you have to come in every hour to get to roll your dices. In this event, you grind to get more cutters, and the more cutters you have, the more it incentivizes you to play the game more because you have chances of getting more cutters to get, and then you're able to use the cutters to open these skulls. Basically, you can obtain cutters by obtaining the opening up these cutters containers, and you have a chance of getting cutters from that, attacking people on the map, winning arenas and battles, doing your railroads, winning waypoints in Alliance Wars, clearing crowds, completing tunnel levels, sending resources to your friends, collecting resources from your friends, defeating bunker bosses, defeating players in arena, and winning outpost in Alliance Wars. For winning battles in arenas, for attacking players and um and attacking players in the greenhouse or conservatory, and when sending food, we're sending gifts and taking gifts. You don't get them. There's a chance you'll get cutters, and there's a chance you won't get cutters. So it's not like when you attack a person in arena, you're guaranteed to get a cutter or a goggles. You have to you have to there's a chance you don't automatically get it. Bunkers, you get it. In tunnels, there are only specific levels where you get them. Not all of them have it. And once you clear that level, you don't get any more. So just be careful of that. It says it's plain and concise. Once you take it, the the cutters will fade out, I believe. And Alliance War, if you win your Alliance War spots, you do get it. I know that for a fact. And you also get it from doing the bunker bosses, because the best way to get cutters is doing bunker bosses or just doing bunker. You're guaranteed to get something when you defeat a boss compared to doing arena. I can knock two bunkers out before I can knock out two bunkers before I finish my arenas. And the bunkers is the best way to get your money value from the plasma cutters. So let's go move on to the event items. I do want to mention that the devs have given us a blogger chest to make reviews on these items. I am very grateful for that, and I will be making a guide on these. They will be on my Discord, and I will be going over them, a simple review on the video today, but it will be at the end. But if you want the more full detail, I will link my Discord in my description, and you can check it out. We have, oh, that's bug. Grawl the Ruthless Bodyguard. This is just a cosmetic. I believe you need, if you want to get the metallic box, I already bought the pass. I bought the silver pass, or the $10 pass. If you bought the silver pass, you're able to get all of these items right here. But you have the Grawl the Ruthless Bodyguard. It's cosmetic for your officer. You have Knives Bloody Slams. You can see the stats here. When attacking, has a 12 to 13% chance of dealing 100 to 250% damage in 5 seconds. Once in a while, it removes the target's attack, 2 random positive effects, and breaks its armor. Upon breaking, the enemy fighter receives 130,000 pure damage, and their physical defense decreased by 25% for 4 seconds. Additionally, this enemy fighter receives 150,000 physical damage over 4 seconds every time. Every time the attack targets the knife, owner dies. It cannot be revived. Every time the attack targets the knife, owner dies. It cannot be revived for 4 seconds. Every time the attack targets the knife. That doesn't seem like it's worded properly. I'm not sure about that. We have the Flask Bass Rupture. The stats here, chemistry knowledge, 2,800 to almost 3,000. During the entire battle, chemistry knowledge of the fighter is increased by 35% for each paralyzed opponent. Every once in a while, it inflicts paralysis on 3 enemy fighters for 3 seconds. During this time, they cannot move and receive 35% more damage. The owner of the vial also deals 200,000 damage plus bonus of chemical damage to the ability target. So basically, base stats is 200,000, and then whatever your chem knowledge is. Then we had the pistol. So I did review this pistol, or I did have a quick look at this pistol before when the event started. I feel like the Jackal pistol that I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I feel like this could possibly replace the Jackal pistol, but I'm not exactly sure if it will or not because I removed my chameleon set. But people who have chameleon sets, I will notice when people start using this item. But the description is pretty long, and from what it says, if it works everything properly, it will be good. Pistol Doomsday. The unit's attacks have 40% chance of ignoring 30% of the target's defense, with a 30% chance when attacking. The fighter may freeze a random enemy fighter for 2 seconds. While frozen, the target cannot move or attack. Additionally, the cooldown time for the target's equipment, abilities, and special means increased by 2 seconds. Okay, a debuff for the enemies. Every three activation of the ability, instead of freezing, it imposes a defreeze effect on the target for 2 seconds. During this time, the frozen fighters cannot move or attack, and their cooldown time for all abilities except set abilities increase by 2 seconds. When defreeze effect ends, the target of the ability explodes and receives 200,000 chemical damage, and icicles fly out towards 2 nearest enemy fighters. The icicles, upon hitting, deal 250,000 chemical damage, increase the cooldown time for the target's equipment abilities and special means by 2 seconds, and impose paralysis on them. The attack speed of the paralysis fighters decreased by 45% for 2 seconds. During the entire battle, the damage of the fighters is increased by 15% for each frozen and stiffened opponent's fighters on the battlefield or on the field. Minimum 8 effects throughout the battle. When the owner of the pistol attacks a frozen opponent fighter, he deals physical damage to all frozen opponents equal to 100% of his attack. That is really good. This item, if this is a chameleon, this is really good with the snow because of the snow, because snow able to freezing enemies. Then we also usually during the stash events we get a custom event exclusive attachment. We have gotten a couple of tank attachments, I believe 1 or 2. I know we've got a couple of chem attachments, and I believe we got 1 ranger. I might be wrong on that, but we got a weapon attachment this time for the flask. Body kit for the flask, torn string. Once in a while, the fighter removes 3 random positive effects from 3 nearest enemy fighters and deals 150,000 pure damage. Guys, if you're using Cybermonk, this is gonna be really good. From what it says, because Cybermonk is the only meta set out there that is very strong that uses the flask. So I'm hoping to see a lot of people that use Cybermonk use this attachment. Then you have Armor Steel Solo. With a 50% chance when attacking, the fighter can stun the target for 2 seconds. When any enemy fighters is stunned, all incoming damage to the armor owner is reduced by 50% for 3 seconds. The ability activates no more often than once every 3 seconds. Every once in a while, the fighter strikes all enemy fighters within a small radius with an electric discharge for 5 seconds. Each time the electrified fighter uses the ability, he will be stunned for 1 second. So this item has reducing damage when an enemy fighter is stunned. The I don't think this is gonna be good. I'm using this one, which I believe is way better in my opinion. It's right here. When a unit becomes invulnerable, the unit it becomes, yeah, basically when it gets to low health, it becomes invulnerable to debuffs for 6 seconds and restores 65% of its max health over 6 seconds and stuns. Basically, it's very similar, but when enemy fighters is stunned, every once in a while, fight strikes. No, this is I believe the armor are free to win, are free to obtain, but the weapons are the ones that are blocked by the silver pass. But I'm going to make a review on this, but I'm not sure if it's going to be very strong or meta tier. Every now and then the fighter increases. Oh, I'm sorry. Suit silent vocalist. Every now and then, this is a chem suit. Every now and then, the fighter increases their and all allied fighters' chemistry knowledge in a small radius around by 50% for 4 seconds, and applies a shield to themselves and all allied fighters in a small radius around the size of which is equal to 200% of the target's chemistry knowledge. The shield blocks any damage and lasts for 4 seconds. So regarding this suit, the $1,000,000 question is, when it says equals to 200% of the target's chemistry knowledge, is it referring to the dweller or the fighter that has the suit equipped that will match the 200% chem knowledge to the other allies, or is it the chem knowledges of the other people? So, like, let's say my bio had the the suit, right? Would my bio's chem knowledge be the shield for my fire starter and my snow, or would each shield be dictated by how much chem knowledge they possess? That is something I would need to look into. Then you have gear unyielding spirit. This is a ranger armor. I don't think this is gonna be very strong, but I will do a little mini review on this. Once in a while, maximum health of the fighter increases by 50%. For 5 seconds, the fighter also restores 30% of the max health pool. At the end of the effect, 3 random negative effects are removed from the fighter. It's okay. I don't think it's gonna be that great. And then these are all cosmetics. This is like a weapon for the officer. Weapon Bural Maestro. Officer wardrobes. And this is a background. You can check it on your shelter. Cosmetics for your shelter. Flag. Okay, guys. Sorry for the cut. Let's just look at the special rewards item. So while you're opening up in your grid, you get special Zero City items, like you can get crypto, premium, and other stuff. One thing to keep out for is the zombie assistance premium and the worker suits of all the resource nodes. I believe there's a limit on the zombie and premium of 4 of each, I believe. So 8 days. It might be 5, or it might be you can get 5 of them, so it'll be 10 days. But I'm not exactly sure. I think it's 4 I can get. And then with these, you can only get 2 of them. Once you get 2 of this, 2 of these, 2 of that, or what, and so on, they get grayed out. You'll notice that, and then you won't be able to get them again. Same thing with the skins, the cosmetics for the officers. One thing is that when you get these device and bracelet, it is good to do not get them. But when you get them and you don't like the stats of it, you can break it, and then it'll reappear back on your on your grid. So if you don't like the stats, I highly suggest you just break it and then try getting it again. If you're confident on getting it. If you're not confident on getting it, don't do it. Other than that, all the other rewards, you can get as much as possible. So I noticed one thing about some of the items, and I don't know if other people noticed, but I did call out, and I did talk with my moderators about this, and I talked with my alliance members. So back in 2024, when I started buying the silver passes instead of the gold pass, because the only difference was I was only getting 1 less cutter per each reset, or not cutter, goggle. I stopped seeing a lot of the uranium crates and food crates. I believe I only got like 5 to 6 of them each. And I was like, I usually get like around like 25 to 30-ish. And I was like, that's a big dip. And then when we had the stash event back in December of 25, and we got the sponge, right? The sponge. This was blocked by the $30 pass that we needed to get. And I got it. And I realized, I'm like, hey, when I was opening up my chest, or when I was opening up the grid, I was getting a lot more of the food crates and uranium crates. So I believe when you buy a pass, it factors into what you can get and what you cannot get, or how much of each you can get, or how much of it will show up. So please do keep that in mind when buying passes. It's not just the event items that you get. I think there's some other stuff miscellaneous. In the ordinary rewards, things to look out for is crypto coins. I do get food to max out as much as possible, and then cash. This is like the prize and butter. This is like everything. I don't care about anything else but this. This is gets my chips upgraded. I'm happy. I get all red chips. I get yellow chips. I'm happy with this. This is all I want. If you don't get this, you're not doing well in the game. I highly recommend make sure in getting this. You will do well. Then you get cutters, X-ray goggles. Don't forget your arena tickets if you're getting low on arena tickets. And then this is the special rewards. The bottom tier, the gold one, you can only get if you buy the $32.99 pass or $30 pass or however you want to say it. It isn't recommended because the items on there aren't as crazy good. But it's your money. You do how you want to spend it. You have the hiking set Forgotten Vin, sorry. Once in a while, the fighter applies decay to armor of 2 of the most distant enemy fighters, while when decaying, the fighter receives 200,000 pure damage and their chemical defense decreased by 30% for 4 seconds and maximum of 3 effects. Additionally, this fighter receives 275,000 chemical damage over 4 seconds. It's okay, it's not bad. There's other field kits that are way better. Wristband performers. Wristband. When the enemy fighter dodges an attack, the bracelet owner inflicts chemical damage to the enemy fighters equal to 15% of the target's max health and ignites them. The burning fighter receives 250,000 chemical damage and their healing is reduced by 35%. Oh, you also get like zombie and premium, I guess. Once in a while, the fighter applies a shield to himself and 2 nearest allied fighters, which blocks 25 or 35% incoming damage for 4 seconds. Also during this time, the fighters under the shields have increased attack speed by 65% and they restore health each second by 50% of the damage dealt. Additionally, every second the fighter under the shield explodes and deals 100,000 chemical damage to all enemies fighters within a small radius. This is a very long multi-purpose weapon. Genetically modified debris begins to fall. The debris fall for 7 seconds. Every 1 second, debris falls on 3 random fighters. If debris falls on allied fighters, it grants them a shield that blocks any damage. The shield size is 150,000 and lasts no more than 3 seconds. The fighter also receives increased damage of 25% for 3 seconds, maximum of 3 effects. After the shield effect ends, the fighter takes 25% less damage for 3 seconds. If debris falls on the enemy fighters, it ignites them. The burning fighter takes 250,000 chemical damage and their healing is reduced by 35% for 3 seconds. If the debris falls on a burning fighter, it begins to incinerate that enemy fighter for 3 seconds. The incinerated enemy fighter receives 100,000 pure damage every second for 3 seconds, and all enemy fighters within a small radius around the incinerator fighters take pure damage equal to 50% of the damage received from the original target. After the incineration ends, the target of the ability are weakened. Their max health, physical, chemical defense, and fortitude are reduced by 25% for 3 seconds. Additionally, burning or incinerating enemies fighters after being hit by debris takes 30% more damage and deals 25% less damage for 3 seconds. That is a lot of writing. Okay, basically, there's a lot of pros and there's some cons. The biggest con, in my opinion, is that it's blocked. You do need to get the big pass. I think for the stash event pass, it might be worth it for you guys. If you guys want to upgrade your chips, you do see a lot more cash. You do see a lot more uranium. You do see a lot of more food. It's worth the money if you see it in that logical sense. And not to mention, if you need a multi-purpose weapon that's pretty good, I feel like this might be good. The reason why I say that is The debris falls for 7 seconds. So every second, if debris falls, right? For 7 seconds. And then you have a cooldown of 13 seconds. That means that this multi-purpose weapon won't be activated for 5 seconds of the duration of every time. So it activates, then it stops for 5 seconds. Then it activates, then it stops for 5 seconds. 5 seconds isn't that bad. And you get constant debuffs or buffs, debuffs, and buffs, which is not bad. This would be really good on a 6-man squad compared to an 8-man, honestly, because the amount of shielding you get, reduction damage, and all that. Then you have this one. This is the free. This is the free one, I guess. Everyone knows about the free one. Usually you need to do this 10 times, or you need to get 10 of these, and then you unlock this one. Unique special tool, detonating balloon. Throughout the battle, every 3 seconds, the owner of the special equipment explodes at random enemy fighters. Upon explosion, the enemy fighter is stunned for 2 seconds and receives 200,000 pure damage, while all enemy fighters in a small radius around the exploded fighters receive pure damage equal to 70% of the damage taken by the initial target. Every once in a while, the fighter blinds 2 random enemy fighters for 5 seconds. During this time, the bound fighters duplicate 100,000 of the received damage. So every 3 seconds it activates, and it basically stuns them and takes them pure damage, while all enemy fighters in a small race around the exploded thing, they take 70% of the damage taken by the initial target. Every once in a while, the fighter blinds 2 random enemy fighters for 5 seconds. During this time, the bound fighters duplicate 100% of the received damage. It's not bad, but I wouldn't put it in my squad. I have pretty good multi-purpose weapons, especially for a 6-man. Couple things to look out for. You have leaderboards, decent chips. It's an okay skin. I wouldn't say it's nothing crazy about it. Then special rewards. Nope. These cards. You have the silver pass. With silver pass, you get everything besides the battle pass special items. Okay. With the gold pass or the personal access card, you get everything besides the special items from the battle pass. But you get the exclusive skin. Is a cosmetic. I mean, it looks really nice. I'm not gonna say it doesn't. It looks really, really nice. And you get 7 days of zombies, 7 days of premium, and you're able to use cutters, which is good, but not really necessary. But it's good, and you also get 3 X-ray goggles in each field instead of 2. This one you only get 2. With the exclusive card, you get all of the things from the gold pass or the personal access card, so you get the things, but the premium, the zombies, the cutters, the super cutters, the goggles are increased, and you get access to the battle pass items content. That's the only difference between these two. Like, I don't the numbers are too small for this stuff to count. You're only paying the $10 more premium price, or I think it's $11, but you can use the website and use my creator code combo and support me if you want to do it that way, and it's cheaper on the web market. And you basically spend $10 more and you get the three. Hey guys, before I end off the video, I want to say thank you for watching the video. If you came this far, honestly, I didn't expect to make this big of a video, but I did say that I was gonna do a little mini review on these event items. Yes, I am doing them, but they will be on my Zero City Discord channel. Um, I looked at the videos and I was looking at the videos or the clips, and I did not feel confident in sharing them as I felt the information I was giving wasn't solid, and I feel like me writing a presentation or me writing like a blog on it would be much better way for me to present it than me telling it to you in a video. Yeah, it's just me, guys. I'm sorry. Also, I want to tell you that we do run giveaways on Zero City Reddit and on my Zero City Discord servers. They're currently active right now as we are speaking. If you want a chance to win 250 crypto coins, you can join them, and you have a higher chance if you join more than one. Also, if you would like to support me, you can also buy event passes on my.game webpage using my link that I'll put in the description, or you can enter in my creator code COMBO, COMBO. That'd be very greatly appreciated. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day.